Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. I'm James and you're watching Blue Dog Reptiles. Now we're doing a video today on something that honestly I thought I'd done a while back, but I was actually looking through the videos trying to figure out a new care guide to do. And we actually have some pretty exciting ones coming up because we got some really amazing animals in. So, and if you haven't figured out what those ones are, check out our Facebook page because we have a lot of those new animals posted on there with pictures and all that. And then also if you want to take one of these guys home, we do offer shipping now, so if that's something that interests you, just check us out on Morph Market. We do also have the links on our website, www.bluedogaquatics.org. But most importantly, thank you to all the new subscribers. We just hit a little over 600 subscribers, and that's all thanks to you guys. If you are new to this channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it, and it greatly supports the channel so that we can bring you awesome care guide videos. So, as you guys have probably figured out, this is a leopard gecko. This is actually a leucistic albino leopard gecko, hence the pattern on it. I just woke her up, so she's not exactly thrilled, but now she's just checking out our countertop here. These guys come from, so their point of origin is Afghanistan and India. They like it hot, which is funny because when I spent my time in Afghanistan, you know, you hear Afghanistan, you think like desert, but it's crazy that some parts of it are actually very tropical. Just depends on what province and what region you're in. We actually saw a lot of snow, and I was just shocked by that. But anyway, overall size. So this is an adult female. They're 7 to 9 inches in length, and I can actually show you. Haha, my tape measure is right here. So we can measure because she's actually, let's see if I can look through it. So she is about 8 inches. So she's right in the realm of where she needs to be. Hey, where are you going? Where are you going? Are you tasting my finger? Does it taste good? Does it? Oh yeah, I'm boot scooting you. Backing up. These guys can live on average 15 to 25 years. It's not uncommon for them to hit 20 plus years. This girl right here is about 3.5, 4 years old. She's a nice hefty weight. You can tell by their tails. So they actually store their fat in their tail so that when they are, you know, out and between meals, they can actually use the fat in their tail to help maintain them so they don't die. So rule of thumb with them generally is that the tail should be just slightly smaller than the body. And you can see from a bigger shot up top, you can see how wide that tail is, and then you can see how wide her body is. I love her pattern. And the fact that it almost looks like she has a mask on. Like there's like these little blue spots right there. But, so these guys are insectivores. Juveniles obviously should be eating daily, and then adults typically feed them every other day. But it's also going to dictate on how much your leopard is eating. Now, if you notice that, oh, she's got a good solid tail, but then you also notice like right behind her arms that she's starting to get little bumps, those are actually called fatty deposits. And that means that your leopard gecko is overweight. So you might have to put your leopard gecko on a diet. These guys still do need calcium with D3, even though they are nocturnal. They still need that nutrients. So enclosure size now, so as babies, we typically tell people about a 10-gallon. Juveniles, which are about half this size, could do a 20. Obviously you don't want to put them in too big of an enclosure right away because then they can get lost trying to find food. Now, full-grown adults like her can go into like a 36 by 18 by 12. It doesn't have to have anything that's tall, but 40 breeders are what most people put them in. Now, a big thing that you do have to keep in mind, these guys can lose their tail. They can drop them. So you have to be very careful. That's why you don't see me grabbing her tail or anything like that. And if you do have kids, just make sure to watch them. People do classify these guys as beginner pets, and they are beginner level. I actually just got an animal in that's even more beginner than this girl, but that's for another day. But so you just want to have, if you have children and your kids are wanting to hold, you just want to have to be mindful of that and make sure that they're holding them appropriately. This girl doesn't have a name, so we should come up with a name for her. Leave us a comment down below what you think we should name her. She's really cute. Now, temperatures for these guys should be about 90 to 95 degrees in their basking spot. Obviously, juveniles are going to be a little bit lower than that. They can't tolerate the heat like the adults can. The ambient temperature should be 80 to 85. And then the cool side of the tank should be between 70 and 75. So very reasonable in the size. Typically, most people run 75 watts or 100 watt bulb, basking bulbs to accommodate that kind of heat. And I would recommend getting a heat gun or a temperature probe. You can do that on Amazon. They're like 10 bucks. No, we can't come this way. That's the edge of the counter. I don't want you to fall. Like I said, these guys are, the level of care is very beginner. They're very docile and very low maintenance. And they come in all different kinds of morphs and colorations. Oh, I know that sun is so bright. And she's getting ready to go into shed, so her colors are actually kind of dull. You can actually see it kind of how it's dull going down her body. She's actually a lot more vibrant than this. But no, we gonna back. Oh, you give me kisses. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Now, cost on these guys varies a lot depending on their morph. These guys can be anywhere from 15 bucks all the way up to $3,000. They're kind of like the ball python too. I mean, there are just so many morphs. It's unreal. You know, obviously you have, you know, your standard morphs and your stripes and your albinos and the snows and all that. But I mean, this is an albino leucistic, so I mean, there's just so many different variations. No, we're not going to let you go this way. Now, when you do pick up, obviously pick up from the body. Can you say hi? Can you say hi to the camera? She's like, no. You woke me up. No. And we're going to put her back down here. Biggest thing is when you're creating their setup, don't put I would use top bulbs for heat. I wouldn't use belly heat. When these guys get hot, as in most reptiles, they're going to burrow down to cool off. And if you have a belly heater under there, they can actually, so they're digging straight into the heat and they can overheat. So these guys are kind of weird. They will, with that, rather than put the belly heater on the bottom, you can put it on the side of the back. Obviously, if you have a background, then put it on the side. But these guys will eat their own shed. It helps them reabsorb some calcium, which is kind of cool, but kind of weird. You still may need to soak them. Sometimes they have issues getting the shed off their feet and their toenails, and so we'll just soak their feet in just warm water with electrolytes to help that, and then we'll help them remove it so they don't end up losing another digit. So, yeah, guys, we finally did it. We finally did a leopard gecko care guide. It only took us a while. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. And as always, guys, love your family, but love your reptiles more.